A key architect of the Trump coup plot pleading guilty today in a Georgia courtroom. This is the second Trump lawyer in as many days to be convicted. We begin here with what we're learning in the United States in one of the biggest cases to ever come down the pike in any court, state or federal, accusing a former president and aided by his lawyers of a coup. So a top Trump lawyer who is linked to that coup for the first time today pleading guilty.
We had begun our jury selection process this morning, but I've been informed that there is a change of plea.
How do you plead to count 15, conspiracy to commit filing false documents in indictment number 23 SC 188947?
Guilty.
Guilty. And you can see it right here. That is Trump lawyer Kenneth Chesebro pleading guilty to a crime related to something that was reported on in those early days. I'm sure you remember it now. One of the many seemingly bizarre or far-fetched ways that Donald Trump asked people, regular people, random citizens, as well as his own lawyers and operatives, to submit false, fraudulent electors in places where he lost. Last night, you may recall, the big news driving all of this was the first Trump lawyer to plead guilty. Here's Sidney Powell. She pled to misdemeanor charges.
Are you pleading guilty today because you agree that there is a sufficient factual basis, that there are enough facts that support this plea of guilty?
I do.
Same judge, same courtroom. Today's plea by Chesebro is the next domino to fall. And by pleading guilty today, he avoided having to face the person who just pled guilty yesterday, because Powell was on track to testify against him, at this very trial where you saw the judge was already reviewing potential jurors. Going second, it appears he had to cut potentially his own version of a tougher deal, because this is the first felony conviction, we have it here, in this RICO elections case. Chesebro admitting to a charge laid out in the indictment that he conspired to knowingly file and record those false certificates of the votes of the 2020 electors from Georgia. As part of the plea deal, Chesebro gets a fine, probation, but most critically, like Powell, the now convicted Trump lawyer yesterday, he vows to testify at any future trials.